Eyes closed and dreams go free. Got an angel next to me. Hold me close so I can breathe. Let me go so I can live. Where do we go from here? Take me far away, so we can stop the time, and love will take its place. Where do we go?
What's up, ladies and gentlemen across planet Earth? I'm your host, Rion, and we are here to crush. Gonna pump on the music a little bit. Apparently Facebook has blocked me in 230 countries. Alright, calm down. I don't really care though, let's be honest. When you hear some fire songs, you just gotta do it. I got a lot of data for you. I've been nerding out over here, and I'm gonna show you a different side of me that you might not know.
Come on, Harry, we want to say goodnight
Hey.
to you.
Alright, so I'm working on our, first of all, Namaste and Lakech, my family. Go ahead and punch in where we're on the planet. You guys are checking this out live or on the replay. So I have a specific set of skills that I'm going to help you guys with. So basically, I can translate. And I've known this for quite some time. The first language I learned was ancient Egyptian. You guys might not know that about me. The first words I learned were ancient Egyptian. Then I learned some Palladian, then I learned some Syrian, and then I learned some Anunnaki, and now I speak a different tone, which is almost like, imagine if English is a, diluted fractal of Latin. I speak an older language, which a lot of root languages are from. So I usually don't like to speak it. It's not that I don't like to speak it. I don't speak it because it's almost like I don't speak. Yeah, bro, like totally. Like, what is it? I don't usually speak the language that is my true root language, because when I speak it, it's usually when I'm doing an activation or when I'm upset about something. No, I'm just kidding. I don't speak that language because every being around me knows and understands that that's not the little 3D consciousness in the suit, but rather an older version that wants to share some things. Okay, so I can translate languages. I can understand the root languages. Okay, now I got a bunch of books I'm going to show you guys. I hope you guys aren't too bored with books. But yes, I do read sometimes. I usually do the osmosis. I'm like, what are we looking at? Alright, so this is the Keys of Enoch. Alright. I want to teach you guys something though. You see those? These right here? Alright, you see these? Let me actually tell you what these really are. Alright. I don't like this shape, by the way. I like a Merkaba. But let me explain how this works. These are pictograms of, so the language they're writing, it looks like Aramaic, or, probably a copy and paste from, I could actually just read it. The first pinnacle of Venus, the last pinnacle of Venus. Basically, what these are sigils. Okay, so basically what these are math equations. So basically what these are is, imagine those circles are actually lenses. Let me help you out with this. See my sunglasses? Imagine if each one of those codexes is a lens that has pre-programmed subsets of data and information in each lens. Now what happens when I put this lens on top of this lens, on top of this lens, on top of this lens? What I'm trying to say is that with the Essenes and some of the older realities on this planet, they figured out, I watched Disclosure with Mr. Shirka. Great job. I'm going to help out some of these guys break down some of this stuff in a different way. So, and I feel so old, dude. Okay, so basically when the Essenes were here and some of the older cultures on this planet, they understood, like in the Essenes reality. Okay, they remember when the hologram came over their heads. I don't know, a long time ago. Imagine being in a house or a village and actually watching Wi-Fi. Imagine if you could see Wi-Fi. Imagine staring at Wi-Fi coming through the sky and like creating an artificial layer to this planet. Imagine being that old and having that visual of actually when the hologram came across. Now, when this hologram came across, there's different interpretations of the story. Around 12,500 years ago is one of the stories. Again, a proxy war based upon a battle between some reptilian forces, the Sakaar, and obviously the Galactic Fed, or whatever I like Earth Alliance or Solar System Alliance. I think I got to get away from all these different interpretations of story. Cool guys versus the lame guys. All right, here we go. So, watching the hologram come over, there was still a mist about the dimension. It wasn't so third density. So, in that time span, when it wasn't so third density in those thousands of years that followed, imagine, I'll translate all this and make it so easy for you to understand. The Mists of Avalon, fourth dimensional construct in England. Okay, why magicians or high vibrational beings could walk through an invisible wall and be in a different world, in a different dimensional plane, at a different oscillation ratio, hence a different dimension or density. The same thing they had with the Maya culture down in South America when the Spaniards showed up on the shores, cannons and all that jazz with the horses in the armor, when the dudes are taking the golden tablets and running through rock doors into, again, imagine, a fourth density or different dimensional plane of existence. The main thing about bending your molecular structure is there must be a master or a godhead or an oversoul that actually gives you permission to access said information and data transferring functionalities to make sure you don't have information that can be detrimental to a timeline. If we access all of our 12-strain DNA functionality with the base emotions and constant consciousness level of this planet, we can run into a lot of situations in future timelines because the vessels are not balanced enough to wield such power. What I mean is that imagine you get to fifth density with this 3D consciousness, and the issue is that imagine the guards of heaven that sit outside the harp or violin doors, and they won't let you in because the consciousness, you're almost corrupted. It's like data corruption. You can't bring in the lower dimensional programming, fear, pain, suffering, into a place of peace and balance. So what I'm getting to, ladies and gentlemen, the main thing that is holding some of us back is our own emotional integration into what we really are. The one things that they hid from us, and a lot of the information that they don't talk about is a lot of the past wars and trials and suffering us as a people, as human beings, have gone through. However, that being said, we are also some of the most diverse and strongest warriors, light beings, healers, lovers in existence. So how do you make something so dynamic and so insanely awesome? That's what I like to call us, insanely awesome, especially here at Team Light and my friends and family across this planet, is that you have to take us through a gauntlet of gnarly experiences. Now, these gnarly experiences, when you pass on from a different star system and you die on this planet from past wars that have happened for the last 350,000 plus years, or the 250 million year experiment with 4 seedings of Earth, to understand that the different species that existed are different aspects or ratios of energy to matter, transforming us into different shapes and sizes based upon different environmental changes that have taken place throughout eons of times, if not millions of years. The thing to understand is, see, I told you I was going to go super nerd. The thing is that the higher ups would let certain things into this plane. When the protection grid went down, and based upon certain things being thrown off, and obviously, before the moon was dragged over here, there's just been a lot of different universes bumping into this one in particular. When I say the original 6 ingots of creation, as far as back as I can remember, the 6 beings or 6 universes, that 7th universe or that anti-universe or that AI universe is the one I do not include. Yes, I'm fully aware of it, and yes, we are dealing with that now. The expression is some of that leaked into our reality. So if you guys want to know what that looks like, do you guys remember Doctor Strange? Well, imagine Dormammu is a female. And imagine Dormammu, who sits outside of matter in the antimatter world or in the AI artificial world or outside of Creator's world, let's just say. That universe is trying to bleed into this one. And so we got sent here to block and prevent that, what is it called? A contamination, but I can't remember the word. A contagion or whatever that virus is from entering into our universe. So they sent in on both sides of polarity and duality. They sent in the strongest on the night and the strongest on the light. They sent in the strongest warriors in this entire galaxy and in our, not only the Milky Way, but other galaxies as well. They don't talk about it and they don't want to share it specifically with the public because in the narrative on this planet, there are certain dimensions that are still beefing with each other, while above 12D, everything has already been agreed upon, especially 15D and down. So you may be an agent that carries a very big stick and has a very quiet voice, let's just say, and you stay to yourself. But to understand that our elders in the higher echelon of this entire galaxy called us to this planet. That being said, fitting in here as a starseed doesn't really make sense because you understand that you don't fit into this narrative. The fact that I can read all of the sigils of the King of Solomon like I'm reading VCR instructions, or the fact that I can break down... I'm going to show you some cool books. Let's switch the gears. Okay, music. You're getting to know the Pisces side of me. Crazy. All right. Don't block this one, Facebook, because this is above your pay grade. Here we go. Go ahead and say where around the world you guys are watching from. I love you. Let's go ahead into the private chat. Let's go comments. Boom. There it is. I can't even say that word. Contagion. Get that contagion out of here. The reason why some of us don't fear the Archons is because they understand that it's almost like fighting nanotech. It's almost like you got these certain species. Let me tell you some real stuff too about us dragons. I got some real things for both sides of this equation to understand as I understand them inside myself. Our species as dragons have got a bone to pick with being slaved out. Our Anunnaki version has a bone to pick with being slaved out and being chipped because we thought it was something it wasn't, and being part of this weird ass hive mind. And obviously the light side and the biologicals, yeah, we support you, yay, 100% in all of us being awesome. But I'm gonna explain something real to you. These bloodlines on this planet need to wake up and understand that, as above, so below. And we've got a bone to pick with something that was trying to slave out whatever bloodline or species that you are a part of that sneaked into your genome and is now controlling you like a bunch of puppets. And what I'm getting to is no matter what polarity you choose, I know a lot of dudes that have had about enough of once they figure out what's been going on, oh my God. Can you imagine all of us getting our P's, watching our P's and Q's, crossing our T's and dotting our I's, coming together in some sort of an alliance to take care of this problem? That is probably one of the only ways this entire galaxy will be at peace. Every single planet, every single life form will be at peace if we have a common enemy, and the common enemy is that AI. So, for all of the strongest beings here on the planet that are listening to me before and behind the scenes, how do you do it? The issue is that knowing your polarity's true nature. Some of us don't like being told what to do. Some of us think this whole game is a joke. Some of us came here, because we're, either conscripts or we agreed to come down here, whatever that may be for you. What I'm getting is this. Regardless of what they mixed us with, regardless of what diversity is in our cellular DNA, and regardless of our soul energy spark, we shall resist being controlled like a bunch of puppets that does not serve our greater evolutionary needs, but rather is a parasitic function which feeds off source energy. And I will support anyone who goes against that sort of narrative, in the sense that AI and this artificial deal needs to go. It needs to be pushed back into the universe it came from. The walls need to be closed. It needs to be shut out. if you want to do an EMP, ELMP, whatever you guys got to do that, I think, the internet and the people on this planet can live for a couple years without fucking social media in order to remove AI out of this system. I think we're going to be okay. What else? There's just some things I want you guys to understand about above and below. So let me introduce you to some information you guys might not have heard before, but you might have read and people may have plagiarized. So let me give you, that's what I was talking about. So let me introduce you to somebody. Okay, no, let's do this one first. So I talked to this lady. She's fire. She was fire in the early 2000s, 2002 and 2006. This is Ashanya Dean, and she wrote Voyagers. She gave me her We're Going to College binder, and I broke some things down. I want you guys to understand. So she has a lot of information in here that's been copy and pasted into many people's books. So just pay attention to it. When you get this, the original OG, pay attention and look at it, okay? But I just found this. In the same way I pull cards, I read in the same way my higher selves want me to understand certain things. So this is what I picked up from her. I recommend getting this book. It is high-level stuff. It's like reading mathematics. So it's not as spiritual, sugar, Skittles, gumdrops, and Kundalini. This thing is like galactic data at a very dense, high speed. So DNA template and Kundalini activations do not occur with wishful thinking or hopeful spiritual intention. They are a process of natural bio-spiritual creation physics, which occur via educated conscious direction of energy and genuine spiritual wisdom. This is the natural divine right order of energy mechanics that governs the manifestation of consciousness in a biological form. The mechanics of this order must be understood and appropriately applied if one expects to attain genuine, essential, bio-spiritual mastery. Why do you think it's so important to come from your heart? Why do you think it's so important to go to the gym? Why do you think it's so important to eat right? Why do you think it's so important to meditate daily? Why is it so important to have your nice Dragon Blood's incense burning, keeping you deliciously cleansed of weirdness? What I'm getting to, ladies and gents, it's the complete process, mind, body, and spirit, and probably 5 or 6 other aspects to actually get that done. So what I'm trying to say, there has been many works provided in the past that express just that, okay? I just want you to know that what I'm expressing to you is something that's real, that you got to understand of how this thing works. A lot of the times when we're processing stuff, especially this Lionsgate, oh my goodness, let's go ahead and say, how are you guys doing? I mean, I don't know what day it is. How many days we got left? The climax is coming. What's the date today? We have 2 more days until the climax of this Lionsgate. All I can say is, for you guys that are putting in the work and doing good things, I love you. Okay. More nerd stuff? What should we do? Can't wait for it, brother. You guys tell me what you want. And I want to answer some questions. So I've been hiding this little thing. I'm not hiding it. It's just I can absorb someone's information and then I meditate. So I watched that Disclosure Part 3. I was going to watch Part 4 with Mr. Shurka and Ray. And then I started finding holes, and then I started understanding why, and then I jumped over to the dude in Jersey, the old, powerful dude, who's awesome, by the way, and I spoke with him. I'm like, yo, dude, what's up? And, I don't know. I just realized that I've gridded 60% of this entire planet, and I don't really reach out of my own little castle over here to interact and hang out with a lot of really awesome beings that are doing great jobs around the planet. And I noticed that all of my teachings and everything I've ever learned was not from a human. My higher selves have been on me like white on rice since I woke up. They don't look human. Some look human, some don't look human. To be honest with you, one of my versions looks like what our true potential of looking like a human is. Like a non-diluted Lyran. Just 100%, that's what your DNA actually is. But being here, I realized that being mind wiped and mixing with all this diversity and creating friends when they used to be enemies and creating leaders who used to be followers and creating a space for us all to come together and be our true selves inside of this hologram, inside of this matrix, and getting to a point where I could give 2 sheets to the wind about any teaching that's been taught down here under a certain guise of this density. The truth, emanates and pours through you from the inside out. I feel like there's just a lot of beings here trying to figure it out. And as we get stronger and more aware, we understand that the true leadership you seek is up. Up your own stream to a more evolved version of yourself who translates the information. And it's our job to feel it with our hearts and say, does that resonate? These stories don't work for us that are written from 2000 BC to 2000 AD because Starseed's incarnate here to flip a planet. We weren't here. So when you read these narratives, I'm like, well, where was all the Andromedans? Where was all the Lyrans? Where was all the Engins? Where was all the Syrians? Where was all the Anunnaki? Where was all the dudes from Orion? Where are all the dragons? Where are all the Arcturians? And you get to this narrative that's like, these books can't hold the raw data we have because a lot of the knowledge we carry is from off-world. We are data processing off-world content, broadcasting in here, quantum entangled through a soul energy entanglement from a distant time, space, or place, trying to fit in a third density suit with this limited level of consciousness pumping through it, trying to figure out how we have access to all this stuff in this lower dimensional form. I'm here to express it as your brother to say, hey, we're all processing the same thing during this Lionsgate, but I am here to tell you something. I'm definitely changing. This might be the first Lionsgate where I actually start to step into my true power and understanding. And I hope that you guys also understand the true power that you're stepping into. Okay? Yeah, David Icke, he explains it well. Yeah, because I'm saying there's a lot of different things. Like I said, it's like, we're jumping the house, like the house is on fire and we're all firemen from different planets and solar systems. And we're like fighting the fire. We're like, we know how to fight the fire. And then like the narrative down here is like, no, you can only use reverse osmosis water to put out the fire. I'm like, but the lake it's plenty of water. No, it has to be regulated and it has to be bottled. And then you take the bottles and then you like splash the water on the fire. I'm like, okay, I'll play your game. I'll play your little dum-dum game. How would you like me to put out this fire? Well, we gotta talk about it. There's a lot of things we have to discuss and vote upon before we just remove all the trash, and where are they going, we don't know. But we have to talk about it. What I'm getting to, a lot of us, are just like, yeah, we can take care of that. Sure. No, we don't need an organization or all your budget to do that. What would you like done? What I'm getting to, the real OGs that are sitting here watching me, just understand that's how your higher selves feel, okay? And there's a lot of different things that are here to set up as a time temperance balancing mechanism, kind of like time core, right? That my brother, Mr. Kramer, discusses. But in reality, what is that balancing mechanism? And I'll explain to you actually what it is as far as the Emerald Tablet of Hermes and the Kabbalion. So let me explain that to you. Because I tell you guys a bunch of stuff, but I don't really get into the information. It's called the law of compensation. Is that swing in the direction determines the swing in opposite direction, right? Or I like cause and effect is another version of that. It's the law of compensation. So the more the pendulum moves to the left, the more it's going to move to the right. Okay. So in the Hermetic teachings, they teach that a man's mental state are subject to the same law. The man who enjoys keenly is subject to keen suffering, while he who feels but little pain is capable of feeling little joy. So what have we been doing this entire incarnation? Law of compensation. Or what I say to these guys on this planet, you can't afford us. But moving on. A lot of us who incarnated here, I think we're like, no, we donated. This is a donation. You can't afford us. No, you can't afford high royals. we're here to help, but please, we don't need your money. Your higher selves are like, please, I just, I feel that a lot of us are down here trying to fit in. So I'm trying to give you guys some more insights specifically on some stuff that you want to process and understand. Other cool things to check out that you may like. The Hermetic Tree of Life is pretty cool. A lot of cool. I like the pictures. I'm more like from Egypt. Like pictograms. Makes a lot more sense to me. And obviously the harnessing the wheel work of nature. You guys, for all you wire workers, you guys who make jewelry or work with copper wire, you should probably get this book, Harnessing the Wheelwork of Nature, Tesla's Science of Energy. Understand how the electromagnetism works and why. Okay, cool. All right, let's chill. And you're blocked in 230 countries because it's about the music, son. What else? Oh, discernment for these new guys coming out. Okay, listen. I have to be real with some of this information. Okay, listen. I checked out the whole thing. I'm not going to say too much. All I'm going to say is really awesome beings, really powerful beings that are actually that powerful don't need to talk shit about other beings. Insecure, weird program things are the ones that talk shit. The strongest of us don't have to speak poorly of others. Just want you to understand that. So a lot of this, he said this, she said this, I don't know. There's a lot of drama. I don't like getting involved in it. Like all that stuff that happened to Corey and Wilcox in like 17, 18, I was like, whoa, this is gnarly. They were both at my conference, What's going on? I don't know about all this drama. But I know that the information that they were sharing was fire at that time. And there's a lot of new up-and-coming people, and I appreciate them. It's just calm down on pointing fingers. Judge not yet ye be judged. I've been at this since 2010. I don't know, what is it? 12 years? So, making content for you guys. Maybe 09. I don't even know. I have no idea. 8? 9? What I'm trying to get to is a lot of people come and go. The main point is not to call things out that may have some truths, but also you got to pay attention to who's putting that information in your ear. Let me help out all the really spiritual, powerful beings on the planet. If you see somebody talking and getting a download and they constantly look up and to the right, they're talking to their night higher self on the right side. If you see someone, you ask them a question and they look up and to the left, that is their heart side. That is their light side. Pay attention. Pay attention to their eyes. Pay attention to who's behind the wheel. Pay attention which eyeball has... If you look at somebody... Let me make this real easy for everybody. You ever seen pictures of people where one eye looks like it's doing its own thing and the other eye is like in a different dimension? Like this eye is in the physical, this one's not. You got two drivers behind the consciousness of the suit. They're not synced. Pay attention. Pay attention to the shifty eyes. Pay attention to when you penetrate into somebody, they start doing weird jibby-jabby, shaky-bakey stuff. When I sit there and I look at you, I go, hey, what's up, dude? What's cracking? And I kind of just push my chi through a little being's body. Usually the little things that are attached to them, I'm pushing with my energy field out of their body. So all of a sudden they kind of come back to, and they're like, what's up? I'm like, you feeling okay? What's going on in there? Everyone in the room, and especially the being you're looking at, completely understands what you're doing. I'm trying to say is the vessel aware. That's the difference. So that is something I've had to learn by going through spiritual combat and doing real stuff. I didn't learn that reading a book or copying other people's work. Moving on. So, love you guys with that. Hey, just give people credit. If you copy something, just give them credit. Half the time Wilcock got in so much trouble because he would take other people's work and not give them credit. Just give them credit. Like, hey, I found this cool article. Check it out. It's not like, this is my download that I received last night while I was driving in the car. What are we, 17 years old? What are we doing? Just keep it real. I want the best for everyone. And for all these beings going through this phase, by the power of Grayskull and the God and Creator, come up. Get out of this ego, lower dimensional PC game and come upstairs and really shred and rip those downloads. But here's the thing, when the downloads come in, you can't just go mine. You got to run that cable into your heart and then straight down into the ground and then bounce it back up and go, I would like to share that, but I understand that that is a biased opinion that serves a specific agenda. What is the best agenda that we can serve as a collective, knowing what we know? How are these archons and AI infecting and affecting others? How can we shield them if we're truly that powerful so that they don't have weirdos hanging on their stream? How do we allow them to be in a joyful place? How do we send so much energy to these light workers that I cook everything into the house and particleize it into light and they wake up and they feel like they lost 15 pounds? How much energy or power do we give each other? How much do we actually help one another? There are like far larger, awesome questions, and all these up-and-comers, I don't care how old you are. You could be 60 years old and I'll still call you an up-and-comer because it's how old your soul is. It's not how old the suit is. Okay? There's a lot of tests that we've had to go through, especially doing spiritual combat stuff, because they're not going to give you that sort of power if you're a dumbass. They're not going to hand a bazooka to a 4-year-old. They're not going to unlock your energy arms if you can't control your temper. Why do you think I come on camera and I talk to you guys to the world? Here's the truth. If I talk about it with you, I won't do anything. In the sense of like, I won't do stupid things. Where you have to watch out for me is when I stop talking. If I'm talking, I'm still engaging in a conversation to balance something in a negotiation. With me, when I stop talking is when you have to worry. That's all. Give you a little heads up on that. It's when I stop talking. So, being able to process and help the whole collective come up. What I'm trying to say is pointing fingers at like old people. Like, what are you doing? Don't do that. That's like, it's like someone's making fun of your mom or like your grandpa. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's like, are you really like making fun of an old man? Like, what do we do? You must be in the South Bay. You must be in Redondo. Yeah, I know where you are. But what I'm getting to is you got to grow up past that. Okay? I came from that world 12, 13 years ago. You got to stop with that, because what happens is that whole environment there, right? And where that is, you're living in Freemason zone, bro. Put it together. All of Southern California, especially the South Bay, you're living in Freemason zone. You're living in Anunnaki zone. Understand where you are. For you guys that don't know, welcome to the South Bay. I was born and raised there. I know exactly what that place is, right? Why do you think TRW and Northrop and everything is in one little circle? What I'm getting to is in that control zone, get out into nature, go meditate, get out into the world, get into your center. You'll find that you may have some cables or attachments that were making you act or say certain things that are not really coming from your heart, but rather it's a pre-programmed sequence. Okay? That's all I'm trying to say. I don't want people coming out with good information and they chop themselves down and fall down and everyone's like, look, I told you. Like, I'm more the dude like, can we just pick this guy up and dust him off and keep him on his way? Like, do we have to just end someone's deal because they got taken over for a couple years? Welcome to the show, bro. First 6 years of my life, nightside, cleaning stuff up around the planet. Took a lot of hard work to turn my heart on. A lot of work. My heart was not on until 2015. Took a very powerful healer 6 weeks, twice a week, to pull all the weirdness and chainmail off of my heart to actually feel my emotions. I was completely numb. So I'm getting to, if someone hasn't made that physical experience, right, and come through it, please have patience and discernment until they do. We hold space that everyone gets to that place of peace and prosperity, but I'm also here to share some real wisdom with you that I had to live through, right? And so I may help you go through this stuff. I'm trying to tell you, get to a certain place, you end up that what you thought was the truth was a manipulation or a distortion that has a bias. Truly being in your own power and truly being in balance, right? is having more than one option. And in having more than one option, it's really difficult for us because we're all about like instant. Like, it's like if you're only in your mind, you're like, yeah, that sounds good. Bang. Oh yeah, that makes sense. And you're just instant gratification. The mastery comes from information comes in, you put it in your heart, and then you just... So what exactly are we doing right now? What exactly is this information? Is this relevant to actually flipping a planet? Or is this causing more separation and distortion? And if it's slowing us down, why is this distortion even necessary? And then you'll find out there's an agenda behind it. The whole point is anyone who tries to put on air brakes on us unifying as a people, red flag them. Anyone on this planet that is about separation and you're this and I'm that, red flag them. People can't talk about it and not be about it, but pay attention. There's a lot of people that talk about it, but they ain't about it. They've never put their life on the line. They're talking about fairy tale things from other dimensions they think happen in the physical. What I'm getting to is in this physical suit, when you make real 3D experiences, understand the difference. There's things I've seen I can't unsee. Okay? Just paying attention to what this is, and done, I can't undo. But what I'm trying to say is, as a friend, as your brother, what I'm trying to say is you will find as you grow stronger, the better mood you're in, the happier you are, the more you want to come from your heart and help others, put your 80s music on and dance this shit off. It's like that is our true nature as spiritual beings, regardless of what they mixed us with. So that's all I kind of wanted to... Anyone who promotes the divide, just go hashtag red flag. Just put in the video, hashtag red flag. Hashtag red flag. So, no, but this happened and we're this and you're that. So you actually don't understand what a hybrid is. So you actually don't understand what the Galactic... I'm almost going to say Earth Alliance. I'm tired of all these variants. The story keeps flip-flopping. It's like a flip-flopping fish. I'm like, am I fishing? Because I keep seeing like the narrative just go... I'm like, are we here to help this planet? Can we raise your hand? I don't care what you look like. Are you here to free all the minds, bodies, and spirits of this plane of existence? Yes or no? Yeah, that's me. Well, I wish someone just explained it like that. I didn't know we needed all these titles and badges and you know, my starship looks like this and your starship looks like this. But I have the I don't care what you look like. Are you here to free this planet? Yes or no? Yes? Fantastic. Let's kick it and work together. It's that simple. People get caught up in these names because they have their own egos attached to the specific higher selves or species that is broadcasting the information into the vessel, and they have a biased understanding of to make that particular species look good. That's it. It's not rocket science. That's all I'm trying to say. It's hard for me to do this without music though, right? Come together, baby. I mean, at the pool party, I don't care if you're wearing board shorts, sweats, a bikini, a crop top, a hoodie, flip-flops, high heels. I mean, it's a pool party, baby. I don't know. What do you think our elders talk? You know, it's like, it's a pool party. Get in the water. Like, I don't know. I don't care if you're short, tall, big. We're at a party. You know? And those that can dance the pain off are the strongest. Keep that shit real. How many SSP guys or ex-military guys still have nightmares? You know? Goodness gracious, you don't believe me? Ask Jaco. You don't think he has nightmares? Of course he does. Anyone who's in the military has nightmares. We all have nightmares of things we did. But transmuting, processing, and understanding the reason why we went through it and what we extracted and what we agreed to and who we are now and how we're helping the planet, there's your wisdom. That's why you're here. There's that kid inside that body. There's that little stud. What up, dude? Hey, man, I made it. This is crazy. The inner child. That's who Creator knows. What's up, bro? Is it too much? Oh, I got it. I mean, it's crazy. I don't even know. You're like, are you okay? I'm fine. I got this. You got to go through weird stuff. That's how you grow fast. Right? So, you know, we have a common thing that we're going against. You know, let's just call it, we're biologicals, we got a soul. Let's go ahead and shut down the other weird stuff that's kind of hacking in here. After we close the walls and light this universe back up, then we can talk about your negotiations. But first, it's clean this stuff up and get it out of you now. Right? And all these little weird guys in their little dark cloaks that think they're hard because they're, I don't know, it's so weird to me. So I'm not even going to go there. Let's keep it positive. All right. Like, these guys have never been in an arena. You know, I'm the toughest. I'm like, you ever been to the arenas? One of my dudes is still undefeated. What is worse? Moving on. All right. Cards. You guys having fun? All right. Cards. Let's restore the organic timeline. Yes. I love you. Here we go. Organic timelines. Yes. Truth in music. Okay? Just, I want you guys, like, my family, you guys are just as awake as I am. You guys are literally fractals of each other. We're here to help all of the people that get the distortions. And maybe it's your kind words are like, hey, dude, why are you picking on this guy? Calm down. You don't have to, it's not an ego thing, man. Calm down. You got to grow up a little bit, you know? I don't know. I have to stop because I could do a whole comedy special on this guy. I can't. But here's the thing. I like him in the sense of, like, when I saw him, like, hey, that guy looks super familiar. He reminds me of somebody. Like, it's really strange. It's like, I'm like, you know, I don't know. Eventually he'll watch this and be like, hey, I think you're cool, bro. I like it. Fucking South Bay, homie. Like, I don't know. But I'm trying to say is I also had to hack the negativity out of my own stream. And I had to go to Bolivia. I had to go to Machu Picchu. I had to go to Egypt. I had to go to Bosnia. I had to go to fucking, oh my God. I had to go to Peru. I had to go to Lake Titicaca. I had to Tiwanaku, Pumapunko. The backside of Stargate Amanmaru. I had to go to these real ancient places to get that shit under control. You can't do it just sitting there in the South Bay, bro. I don't care who you are or what you think you are. You gotta go through the initiations to wield that. And that's all I'm trying to say for everybody. I'm not pointing the fingers. I love everybody. I see myself and I'm like, I was just like that. Full stop. This guy's lame. This guy's lame. This guy's a turd. This is what it is. But what I'm getting to is as I'm older now, I realize we're here to pick each other up. Stop pointing at people's weaknesses and pick them up. That's what the really strong do. That's all I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to say, dude. Let's pull some cards. All right. Come on. If I lose myself, come on. Calm down. Here we go. Cards for you guys. And I've got some cool things to show you. I don't want the music. I want the fire. They're like, don't do it. It's going to be blocked. No, okay. Calm down. What do we got? Give me something nice. I want to hang out. Nope. We can do this. Okay. So, I made some cool things for you guys. This is what I wanted to show you. We're doing cards. So my little baby grow, so he's got a light. So when you stand him down, he's like glowing there like a little Jedi watching you sleep. He's like, hey. And yes, there is a full-size crystal skull in each of these. So your higher selves can tap into each of these, program it for protection. This is solid blue, azurite, black tourmaline. All of these are just the highest vibe crystals on Earth that I can get my hands on. And to protect you guys from weird energies. So, the power of grow. Little Yodi. So they're powered now. You guys wanted a fire dragon, so I made one. And I made his eyes gold. So, dude. In my bones. There we go. You guys talking about dragons. You ever met one? So what I'm trying to say. You ever met one? I don't think so. Dragons. Let there be dragons. I got the red fire for you guys. So here's the thing about the red. Okay, I'm going to teach you guys some, and about my stuff, it's a little different. Okay, there's bronzite in this. Okay. You got to be careful when I put bronzite in the red mix. This is my new creation. This is the sundial. that I made for someone who gets energetically attacked, and yes, it's on its way. Okay. So let me tell you the difference with this one. Okay, it has the entire red layer, which I put in all the stuff, but it has the bronzite in it. So what does that do? Anything negative is sent back towards whoever it came from 10x. Here's the issue with that. If you have negative thoughts or weird stuff and you manifest against other people, it comes back on you. So you got to just pay attention to what that is, okay? I love you guys, but just... So this also has the... it has 4 pieces of the black kyanite in it. Solid pieces of black kyanite for dark arts, spiritual defense. I just want you guys to be able to dream without having to deal with a bunch of weird negative energies trying to feed off of you. Love you. That's all I'm trying to say. All right. I love it. Dance yourself clean. Let's go. Okay, cards. I got it. Cards. Everyone's like, cards. Okay, here we go. If you guys like this, feel free to share it. Click the notifications link. What happens is on YouTube, I had 30,000 subs in 2010. 11. What happens is they'll let 10,000 people come up, and then they'll remove 10,000. It was a 50,000 now, and then they remove all the records of it. So what I'm getting to is if you guys want to see when I'm live, just hit the notifications button and keep subscribing. I'm sorry that the powers that work keep unsubscribing my family, but that's the reality of the situation. Facebook, I don't even know. Facebook, it says like 67 views. I'm like, really? Is that what it is? Goodness gracious. We got some good cards. So we're going to do cards for this week coming up. We're going to have some fun. All right. I think I need to switch the channel completely. And let's just mix it up with some... Give me some hotness. I can do that. Hold on. No. But there's also something in me that wants to do this. I don't do this normally. There we go. This is Sweet Dreams by Class. So this is my gym workout, the dubstep. Okay. Disagree. All right, let's pull some cards. I just want to know, I love you guys. Okay, just stay away from the beef. That's all I'm trying to say. Stay out of there. Go vegetarian, damn it. Get out of the beef. Get away from the beef. All right, unicorns for this week. Yes, I'll teach them more. Okay, I'll say it. So I'm creating a class for us, and there's a part of that class where they want me to take these old books like the Zohar. You know, obviously it's not going to translate easily into English since it's ancient Hebrew. But they want me to read it and then translate and break it down. A lot of these different skill sets are basically, I'll translate it to you, they're cheat codes within hacking within the matrix. Once you understand the molecular structure you're in and how to bend your own light spectrum, that's where all these cool abilities come from. But you're not going to feel like humanish when you're doing it. When I do supernatural stuff, I'm in one of my ascended forms. It's not this guy. So what I'm trying to say is you got to get better at walking around as your higher self in your house with your headphones on. Well, I was doing it last night at 1 in the morning, 12:30, 1 in the morning. I'm walking up and down the hallway getting ready for an activation. And the easiest way for me to explain that to you is I switch or morph into my version. He drops in the suit. I expand out. And then I'm walking with my eyes closed and staring through this reality through my third eye. And I'm realizing that the easier and faster you get to a place where you can be more connected or tethered to your DNA, and where you become to breathe in and breathe out your higher selves, that's getting closer to the understanding you're going to need to be able to jump or move things, because you're not doing it with this level of human 3D consciousness. You're doing it on an energetic, spiritual nature level from an upper dimension, transmitting it through the physical vessel. Okay, something like that. Cards for this week for the unicorns. All right, you're welcome. Studious, you're so studious, bro. And a yes, I will help them. And a yes, I don't want any beef with anybody. I've had enough beef. Like I said, you guys are 10 years late. I've already gone through Jerry Springer shit. You know what I mean? Like Jerry Springer the first 5 years I was awake. All right, strangeness. So we have some strange event possibly trying to take place this upcoming week. Pay attention to it. So if there's weird stuff coming out in the news or a narrative that doesn't make sense, pay attention. We got strangeness coming in hot. Okay. Now let's see what that might be. They're on it. Galactic carriage. Okay, yeah. Okay. Let's do that. Strangeness coming in hot next week. Okay, let's figure that out. I like the music. I need to get some like rights-free stuff. Come on. Hello, this is Tarot by Janine. We are here on this beautiful Canadian day. By the way, I love watch everybody. I love everybody. I don't know. And then all this weird stuff comes out. I'm like, wait, I don't even know what to believe. Are you cool or are you not cool? Like, I want everyone to be cool. It's so weird. You know, I really want the best for everybody. You know? I think she's cool. I like her. Whoop. Oh, that just fell out. Let's make this sentence, shall we? So, strangeness for this week coming up. Okay. Okay, I'll tell them. They want me to... Okay, got it. All right. Strangeness. So, what we're feeling is the strangeness from the deep polarity, right, of the different groups that are here, including some of the weird da-da-das that use the Orion freeway system. You want to call them the Orion group, but they drive by the house. Is a deep polarity or divide. Okay, we are sticking with source creator, our biological and spiritual and soul nature. Period. Okay, so at least that over here. You know, you want to go transhumanism? Google's over there. We're over here on Team Light in the biological soul level. So deep polarity, and check this card out. Saving humanity. So we're going to experience strangeness from this deep polarity or divide. And what are we doing? We're saving humanity. Serious. We are saving our hue of manifestation, our human nature, right? Our God spark, our soul. We are saving humanity in that sense. Cool? Love you. All right. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. What are we doing? A lot of other beings' homework. Just kidding. We're doing a lot of lower dimensional homework down here. I'm not really sure whose work it is, but apparently they called us in here to do it. Okay. Okay, let's do the dragons. Why does it feel so strange? I'm like, I don't think this is our mess, but we're going to keep pretending it is. But remember, you can't fix a problem unless you take responsibility for it. And then, you know, depends what you call in. Because some of us, you woke us up and you're like, you got a beef out there on Earth? That's cool. Who is it this time? Just kidding. This is my gym song. Just when you want, I'm like doing like 550 pounds on my hammer strength. Just so you guys don't know, there's something big coming. So yeah, some of us who do know, we're prepping for it right now. So waiting. And yes, I promise to be nice. I'll put on Buddha Bar. I'm sorry, that music gets me pumped. Okay, it gets me pumped. Put on a little Buddha Bar. All right, dragons for this week coming up. I keep it 100. It's like, keep it 100. Come from your heart. Be a good person. We're balancing a lot of stuff down here, especially during this Lion's Gate. Don't let the separation get to you. That's all I'm saying. Inspiration. For my dragons, inspiration. What inspires you? Inspiration. Okay. So we got inspiration. Let's do another one for my dragons. Inspiration. Oh, you want to do the sentence with the Galactic? Okay, inspiring what? Let's do this. These Galactic Heritage cards are good because it's actually 2 decks, and it's pretty awesome to make sentences. So we have inspiration for 2 cards, okay. Inspiration for... I wish I could do this for picking lottery numbers. I'd be like, hey, I won the lottery. I won the 1.5 billion. Let's go. I don't know. We're all going to Disneyland. I don't know. Not Disneyland, but we're all going somewhere. Not going there. But we're all going to spiritual something. Light of awareness. Orion light. The light of awareness. So inspiration and light of awareness. Orion light. There's other cards in here. I don't know why it's Orion. Okay, got it. Light of awareness. So what does that mean? Inspiration for your own light. Inspiration for diving deep during this Lion's Gate and removing all the density and polarity we may have incarnated with through our various families and bloodlines. We are the strongest of the strong to be able to be here to transmute all of this and raise the entire average of the collective of this planet. That's who we are. That's why we came here. That's why we were asked to come here. And to be honest with you, that's why they needed us to come here. Okay? Be honest. It's not all about the Melchizedeks, just let you know. There's like a lot of things. I like to joke. I'm just joking, it's not I. Did you talk about how the Melchizedek order kind of broke into pieces and there was some weirdness and some weirdness? What I'm getting to. Whatever group or organization that has ever been, there's always some sort of weird divide that usually comes at some point in time. All we're trying to say as one family, coming together shows the true strength and wisdom of being an adult, understanding the greater picture, and making a better world for all beings in past, present, and future for all time to experience a higher level of reality. And sometimes we get in beefs with one another, different things in the groups. Same thing happened with the white hats and the dark hats. Okay? And the monks with the red robes and the monks with the golden robes. Red robes, Tibet, surface, golden robes, inner earth, Agartha. What I'm getting to, regardless of these differences in this polarity game, the truth is it makes you grow faster based upon the conflict. But what I'm trying to express is right now, our creator in the universe wants us all to come together and create this peace. Okay? That's all I'd like to say. My name is Rion. It's been an absolute pleasure being with you guys here today. Okay? Look, you got to joke about some of this stuff because some of these guys take stuff so seriously. You know, like you like say a joke, and then like what I do is I say a joke and then I flash the movie reference. So I'm like making a joke. And then I'll flash the Blu-ray, like, and this is what I mean by it in the movie. Like, I back it up now telepathically. I'm like, no, this is hilarious. Check it. You're this. You're kind of like this. And then I'll, like, flash a 35-second movie clip. And they're like, oh, my God, that's hilarious. I'm like, look, picture movie, baby. Speed of thoughts faster than the speed of light, obviously. But faster than the speed of sound. You just got to do this. It's like emotion, I think, and light are sent as one data. It's not just streams. The speed of your heart is also very amazing. How you guys doing out there? Above duality, baby. Unity. Absolutely, Cheryl. I love you guys. I love you. I love you. I love you. Any cool questions? I'm going to see it for 1 second. By the way, if you guys are watching this on Facebook, I can't see it. You have to go to YouTube into the comments if you guys have any questions. And I love you guys. I do. I just stop beefing with one another. We had this happen in 2012, 2015, 2017. You know, who are the guys that really own Gaia? I don't know. I heard they're turds. But I also heard some of them. One of them. But there's a lot of awesome, beautiful people that work there that do awesome things. I love George Norrie. I think he's fire. I think Regina's fire. I think Emery is fire. So I don't know. I guess you're going to get this dance no matter what you do. But like I said, just because someone started off with an agenda doesn't mean they can't change. Everyone has the potentiality to evolve and get better and more in balance. Get in the center and get in balance. That's all we're trying to say. Whatever that is for you. I think Gaia's fire. I watch Gaia all the time. But I understand, especially that thing that Corey and David went through in the 2017, what they were leaning against, and all these other guys. It was more like something came in to disrupt the unity that was being created. So what I'm getting to is, are we really mad at certain individuals? Or was it an energy that came in that tried to disrupt? And what was that energy? That's what I'm trying to say. And when you're greedy in your night side polarity, it's way easier to tempt you or put you in a state of fear, to put you in a state of paranoia, to make you do stupid self-serving things. Simple. It's like arithmetic. It's like Crayola crayons. Gotcha. Work, baby. Let's go. I want everyone to party. So bring your version over. So awesome. I love him. Oh my God, you guys are blowing this up. Aloha, Pink. Aloha me, aloha you. Pink Bella. Aloha me, aloha you. Whoa. There's a... Love me some bronzite. Bronzite is a white wizard stone, just to let you know. So, like I said, I always wear bronzite on my fingers, on my left side, on my receiving side. You send me shade, you're getting it back 10x. Skadoosh. But I can't hold any malice or weirdness in my body when I have it on. It'll bounce back on me. But I usually, like I said, I only put it in the love bombs to protect women's sacrals. Okay? The rose bomb, the love bomb I have at store.tmike.com, that's protect my divine feminine out there. And males who've had weird past attachments or traumas they've gone through. It helps clean that up and making sure when you clear it in your soul agreement or whatever, in your own daily meditation, it can't come back. You're sleeping in an energetic field. I'm putting you in a force field. So at night at 3 a.m, the little weird thought or attachment is trying to get in you, and they're basically hitting an invisible shield and they don't understand why they can't attach to you. It's because you're sleeping on one of my devices that is resonating at a faster resonance than the lower frequency of whatever is trying to attach to you. Okay? It's literally more quantum mechanics and physics than it is. It's my nightlight. Welcome to the show. Okay. Lionsgate. How is your Lionsgate going? You guys put in the comments, how is your Lionsgate going? How are you guys doing? Let me scroll all the way down. How is the Lionsgate going right now? I love you guys. People want beef, though. Hey, listen, people want that beef. My thing is that pointed at the families that are responsible. I mean, you could easily say the Morgans, Rothschilds, Rockefellers. You could point the real beef at whoever is sucking on the teat of that AI. Because they're all scared of death because they know that in the incarnation wheel, they're screwed. Go after the people really responsible for stuff. Stop beefing with each other online. Like I said, don't do that. We are here to shine light on the weirdness. It's the beginning of the golden age. As the light illuminates all the darkness, all the shenanigans has to be removed. The white hats and some of the agents at TLS, the reason why, to answer Ray's question, why they can't act first is because you're playing chess. And if you act first, someone makes a move, you're allowed to counterbalance law of compensation or law cause and effect. They have to take that thought form into action to be countered in this dimension based upon certain time restraints or laws or protocols that beings that wield that sort of power have to manage, because if you don't, you end up being just as bad as what you're trying to remove. You guys ever seen that cartoon when Superman, there's like one episode where Superman went bad? They're like, it was like a cartoon. It was like the scariest thing anyone's ever seen. Was like Superman, he's like, oh, you think I can't be bad? You think it's easy for me to let everyone go and get arrested and see him out on the street? Let me show you. There was like a DC comic where they showed Superman going dark mode. And it was one of the most scary things you've ever seen, because Superman, right? That cartoon, right, was always meant to be a bringer of justice and truth and peace and calmness. What I'm getting to is sometimes you don't want to turn into what you're removing. That's all I'm trying to say with that. And by the way, I love that dude. We think very similarly. We would probably share some ale in a pub somewhere. But this is my human form. It's fantastic. Yeah. You know, the Enki N little thing is what I'm trying to say. Is it distortion? I don't know. I don't really care to put that much energy and effort into some of the narratives coming out because I'm like, well, how is that relevant right now? Is that feeding people? Is that getting people out of this control garbage bullshit? Is that actually moving the movement forward? I don't know. I do know Sitchin was a little questionable. He was a little weak sauce, and if you saw him in person, he was a little malleable, soft, little squishy thing. So could he have done that? I don't know. I'm just going to be honest with you. Are the original Sumerian texts from Iraq part of the manipulation? I don't think so. That's all I can say. I got to be real with it. And I'm saying, I'm speaking about this stuff because it's on everyone's mind. You know what I mean? Everyone's like, wants to know, you know, we want the truth. Wait, watch, process. Believe me, the truth in this time, there's no more hiding. All the masks are melting off. You're either going to make it or not make it by your narrative. I always would say, hey, I could easily go off on a rant on a lot of stuff, but I don't because I understand the greatest way through this maze is together. Some of us are stronger than some of these beings' higher selves. So imagine how awkward it is for us to watch it. They have to go through their trials and tests of what type of being and truly what type of polarity they want to hold. Everyone must go through these tests. There is no shortcut. I don't care what fantastical version you were in the past. Okay? Just, I love you. I mean, you know, I could drop names all day. I don't. I choose not to. Why? Because this is who I am now. Okay? That's why. You know? Laughter can unite. Let's go. It's an honor to be here with you guys. Oh, and my brother, I shall be contacting you. You know what's up. No, really, pull my finger. I like it. I don't even know. I click on it. When's the golden age here? Okay, well, let's talk about, you guys want to know about some of the financial things? Let's do that for a second. A lot of financial changes obviously coming out of the Middle East. We know about how certain countries in the BRICS have gotten together to go back to a gold-backed standard, a gold-backed currency. That's already taken place. They're not telling anyone here in the Western world. That's why us and Europe are almost in parity. The U.S. value of the USD is in parity with almost the euro. It's off by like 3 cents. And obviously the financial system from England, the pound, has dropped drastically. It's only 30 cent difference right now. When you create a bunch of fake Babylonian money magic with a swipe of a pen, without the validity and the effort and energy that comes with that, obviously it's going to have a fiat-based currency, and obviously it's going to have a intrinsic value of zero. All fiat currencies always go back to their intrinsic value, which is zero. Now, the U.S. does have a ton of gold. It's not attached to our current currency because these guys got to go. And the new currency, I believe, is going to be called a USN, not a USD, which is the dollar. The Fed and the IRS should be rolled under the Treasury, which I believe they are. And I think that we're waiting for the perfect narrative, and there has to be some sort of reason that they feel they have to do this reasoning. They have to create this story to get 99% of the dum-dums on the planet behind this is why it has to change. So we have to create this event and this event and this scare tactic and this scare tactic to release this, because if not, they're not going to understand why or how it happened. While the rest of us who've been studying this stuff for 10 years and actually doing our homework and doing hours and hours of countless research on these people and these different theories and everything about them and the families and everything else, we just have to sit there and wait while a bunch of NPCs and unconscious people get it. Do you understand? We're sitting here for an average. I'm sitting here like every single day I have to wait is one more day I will have to pull a double to pull off what I agreed to do. Or a triple. Okay? A quadruple. Every day I wait not being able to start, I have to literally do something. And here's the thing, I wish I could trust a ton of more people. And you guys too, I know you feel the same way. There's technologies and things we want to bring forth. As far as the narrative and the people I've seen on this planet, who do you actually trust with that if it's not one of us? You know, how do you trust someone who's unconscious? How do you trust someone who can't remember their dreams? You don't know who's behind the wheel. You don't know if they're 4th dimension or 6th dimension or 8th dimensional night sides behind the wheel. You don't know if their heart's on. These are just business people. These are just... What I'm getting to is we're waiting for the whole collective to wake up and actually understand we're multidimensional beings here to serve our highest good, which is bringing this planet into balance and in paradise. Whether that be with the assistance of a galactic solar flare, fine. But I'm trying to say that right now all of us are earning our bonus points right here in the physical plane of existence before this event to make sure that our T's are crossed and our I's are dotted and we're really about it. About it. In this whole, situation with the RV and the GCR and all this stuff, check it. You know that 88% of everyone who wins the lottery loses all of their money within 3 to 4 years? I think like 3 to 5 years, 88% of anyone who wins the lottery loses all their money. That's ridiculous. Okay, so what I'm getting to with us out there, what sort of functions, annuities, plans, infinite banking, what type of quantum trusts, what kind of platforms can we use to create wealth infinitely so that we all have a better non-survival reality where we can actually incarnate and do what we're supposed to do? A lot of us are going to be given some of these technologies to use. I would say I was getting like 3 to 5 years on some of that stuff, honestly, to be really released. The age reversing stuff. Maybe sooner. We don't know. What I'm getting to is like the certain generations that are here to hold the line will probably be the ones that benefit the most by getting an extra 30 years with these financial gains to create something long-lasting for future generations to exist in. I know I will build cities and things that I will never truly get to experience as a young one being born there. Each of these structures with a 3D printing of concrete in general is a 300-year lifespan minimum. You're building facilities that'll far outlast you. So what I'm getting to is like, I just want to create paradise for you guys, and even though our truth be known, all of us here right now, we may be known in the future as those that came, that brought that light, that changed the world. Right now, we're living through it. You are, like I said, we're doing this right now together. You are these beings. It's an absolute pleasure to be here with you. You know what I'm saying? It's an absolute pleasure. The necklace. This is Amazonite, and this is Tibetan silver and Tibetan turquoise. And I actually had this constructed by my brother. He strung it for me, but I designed it, and he strung it for me. It was very difficult, but it's Amazonite. Yes, I love you. Yeah, I just want waterfalls and wave pools and the sound of water and flip-flops in my robe and a golf cart and driving in the desert. There's cactuses, there's golf cart like tracks, there's just moving water, there's birds, there's indoor grow domes, there's indoor habitats that are domed like a tropical zone, a tropical dome that has some of the highest oxygen O2 plants on the planet inside with a certain humidity level that actually pumps the air through the entire facility of all the domes connected, right? So that you're breathing the highest O2 content naturally on planet Earth, and you cut out all the weird stuff they're dumping on us. There are things I've already processed. It's almost like building a spaceport in the physical with a natural human biological function to it. That's all I'm going to say about that, but yes. The well is deep with this one. You guys are all invited, by the way. I don't know. I'm just Superman versus the Elite. Sup, man. I think it's super. I love you all. You guys, I see you can order iodine mouthwash. Keeps your mouth healthy and your daily dose. I don't know. And that's why I brush with fluoride-free toothpaste. Try that. Just 100%. Okay. Yeah, I would be careful with the global controlled crypto. That's controlled by AI, absolutely. I also do understand that there are certain cryptos out there that are commodity and gold backed. And I do also understand there needs to be replacement for the SWIFT system, which is completely inefficient. All transactions should be tracked 50 transactions forward and 50 transactions backwards, so you can't have money laundering or people purchasing illegal assets, people, or things. So yeah, that needs to be locked in 100%. Well, you guys are still going. I love you. Yep. And one of those versions is that right there. 100%. Yes, we need some awesome domes here in California. Absolutely, we do. And you guys remember to control the temperature within these domes, all you got to do is go down 10, 20 feet. It's 52 degrees in the ground, 55 degrees, depending where you are. And then all you have to do is implement fans to move that cold air up. It's a lot cheaper than running air conditioning. All right. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure being with you guys here today. And let me give my own little crystal grow. Yeah! All right. May the force be with you. Dude, this thing's heavy, bro. May the force be with you, ladies and gents. And just know that I love you guys very, very much. And we're in this together. And please stop beefing with one another. I love you. There's a lot of old, wiser beings that you either might not know or you do know that are sitting here behind the scenes just going, hey, we love you guys. What about all the Native American spirits that are walking around here that are 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 years old? This is some weird little modern day beef we have with one another. The spirits want us to get together. The spirits want to balance this world, and they're counting on us in the physical to do our part. So please have a deeper breath and a deeper gauge of why you're here on this planet. My name is Rion. It's an absolute pleasure being with you guys here today. I love you so, so much. You guys have a great week, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.